setting the scene again. This was an interesting thing that we came across this morning. This is coming from someone that is blue check marked, and they are a director of engineering somewhere. And of course, pronouns are in the bio, as to be expected. And this is what it says: 2021 ally challenge. I hate that term. I hate the term ally, like in this sense. It was like white allies and shit. It's for losers. If a product, service, or company is built by either all white men or all white people, you don't use your platform, social newsletters, blogs, etc., to champion it, promote it, or help it gain traction. Yes, even if it's a portfolio company. So what they're saying is, they're making it up, by the way. It's like pulling this kind of instance out of thin air, where it sounds like if you are white or mostly white, then you use that to champion it, which I don't even know what that means. It basically means, I guess, you don't kiss other races' ass or something like that, or prop them up. Here's the thing. This shouldn't be a challenge because it costs literally nothing, not a dime. If the very basic idea of just not amplifying a product made by a team that lacks diversity is a problem for someone, I wonder how they do with a more challenging ally work. First of all, I don't understand why anybody thinks that this is a requirement or that they are, let's say, under obligation to be your ally. And especially when we put the ally on racial lines, like definitely in America, a place that is culturally as diverse as we are, and they treat every race and every gender like it's a monolithic block. We all agree, and all this. And it's like, you must be my ally. In order to show me that you're your ally, you need to not prop up or amplify a product that's made by a team that lacks diversity. And it goes to plenty of the other videos that I've done when I talk about diversity. And diversity is a subject matter that is quack shit. And what I mean by that is that it doesn't add, your product, your service or good isn't necessarily added to by way of adding diversity. It doesn't mean shit, because diversity in itself is just a thing. It's in a lot of cases a natural thing. It's a thing that something, let's say this, if it exists with diversity or it doesn't have diversity, does not make it bad or good, right? If I go to a Mexican restaurant, definitely in Texas, right, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna feel some kind of way if it ain't no damn Mexicans working in the bitch, like straight up, right? If I go in there, Mexican, that don't mean other people can't cook Mexican food, but shit, if it's exclusively Mexican people working there, ain't nothing wrong with that. If it's exclusively Mexican American people that work there, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing at fault there, because there's no diversity there in that regard from a nationality standpoint. Which I guess they're just as much Mexican. If they're born in America, they're more American than they are Mexican, just heritage, right? But there's nothing wrong with that. If I go to a soul food restaurant, I expect to see brothers and sisters in the back somewhere, right? And if they ain't there, I'm actually like, oh, that's a problem. But if there's no diversity, right? If I go to South Dallas Cafe, Oak Cliff in the building. If I go to South Dallas Cafe, I'm expecting nothing but brothers and sisters to be there. Or let's say, for the most part, let's say that. I don't even know if South Dallas Cafe's still even there. Somebody from the South, let me know. Man, that boy, me and my moms used to go there and throw down. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that because it lacks diversity. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If I go to a barbershop, because our hair, it don't grow like everybody else hair. You know what I'm saying? It's kinky, right? Get my hair cut by other black people. Barbershop I go to ain't nothing but black. A couple light skinned cats there, I ain't gonna lie. But ain't no like, and there are some, I know a couple white dudes that can throw down like on some black folk hair. But you get it. You get what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with that barbershop that is geared towards cutting black hair that has almost exclusively black people. That's lacking diversity. Nothing wrong with that. And if there is a product, if there is a service that natural occurrence, it just happened to be the fact that that led to a near all white, group of people that came up with it, near all Asian, right? Near all whatever. You should not be obligated to go out of your way to change that and not prop that product up because it lacks diversity. You're not adding to it because it's not diverse. The problem is that unfortunately people see this lack of diversity, and then more so the lack of diversity comes on when they see a lot of white people somewhere, right? Because like I said, if something is exclusively black, not many people bitch about it. But if you see that, they think that the only way that that got to that instance is either if there was a wrongdoing, or they feel like even if it occurred naturally, that's somehow knocking on the product. If it's a good service, if it's a good product, and it was made exclusively by whatever race or majority, whatever race or gender or whatever, so be it. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that someone needs to go out their way to accommodate you. And this is why this overemphasis of representation, overemphasis of diversity is all bullcrap. Because it doesn't add to your diversity. Is just a thing, right? It's not a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. It's just a thing. There are things that lack diversity that are awesome. There are things that have diversity that are awesome. Likewise, there are things that are near exclusive majority that suck, that have or lack diversity. It's just a thing. It is a side effect. It does not mean that something of merit is being done here, like as something of value is being done. And you're not adding to said value by simply adding diversity, unless it's one in a matter of thought and perspective. That's it. That's it. And always, generally, the diversity that they're advocating does not have anything to do with thought. It has nothing to do with thought, and everything to do with the fact that, well, they want people that are of different colors saying the same shit. That's all. The diversity is not, like I said, it was the song, or Brainlit. The diversity you advocate is not in thought, because it's not. So with that being said, I don't expect 2021 to retire the term ally, but I will say this. I'm going to end on this. If you apologize for being white, or you feel obligated to have to go out of your way to help someone non-white because you're a white, you're a fucking loser.